Alright guys, so this is going to be kind of twofold. This is going to be the last ever video of the room in 95% of its glory. So I'm just going to use this opportunity to kind of walk around the room, show some things, talk about that kind of stuff, whatever pops in my brain. But most importantly, this is going to be mainly pertaining to the... a lot of people are very upset with Hasbro. Just the general state of collecting and what happened today. To me, everything's been really shitty for a long time. And I would put equal blame on Hasbro and the current, distribution global issues we're facing at the moment. Basically, in case anyone doesn't know what's happened today, yesterday they announced a new Fett. Also, my room is in a disastrous state, and I'll go over that in a minute why. New Fett came out from The Mandalorian for pre-order. They didn't tell us where. They didn't tell us it was an. They did tell us it was an exclusive. They didn't say whose exclusive it was. And then it sold. It was ended up being Target, and it sold out in a quarter of a second or whatever. One of those deals. So everybody's really pissed about it. And it was like almost $30 for a vintage collection deluxe figure. Like, what the hell are we doing here? So, prices are crazy. We can't get what we want. And then, I'm just going to go ahead and flash forward to the future. You know that nobody's going to get that... Let me rephrase that. Not everybody's going to get that figure mint. You're going to get shipped out in poly bags or shoved into a box and with destroyed packaging. So, that's definitely going to be an issue, right? So, a lot of people are mad quitting collecting in general. I get it. I've been in a weird place for the last maybe year or so with collecting, to where look at this room, for example. Like, you kind of saw the whole panorama. Like, I don't have room for more stuff. I had some ideas what I could do to get some more, probably 2 more Billy bookcases in this room. So at some point as a collector, and I've been doing this, like, ironically, like, this kind of in chronological order almost, like, these are like some of the first figures I collected, and I bought those like 1995, 1996, somewhere in there, 1996. So I've been collecting now for, what's that, 26 years? And I've, been doing toys in general longer than that, obviously when I was just a regular ass kid opening and playing with them before I decided at the age of 9 I needed to collect Star Wars toys. That was something I don't know if I regret, but here we are. One of the big things though is, everybody's frustrated. Everything's more expensive. It's hard to get. These exclusives are impossible to get, and then if you do get them, they become just destroyed. Especially in something where vintage collection, where packaging is half the reason you buy it. But like, even like I get to the point. Look at my last video. I was buying multiples of vintage collection releases to like hope and pray that I got something mint. And like, you can see here, like at Mandalorian, I got 2 of them. That one's not mint. I think this one ended up being. Oh no, yeah, this one's ripped off the bubble. You can like, it's so frustrating. So frustration with collecting, compounded with me. This is a personal problem. Being out of space is like, what do I do? How does this continue? You have to have a lot of real estate, it's a lot of real estate, or live something like where I live. There's no such thing as basements, right? So like, you have to dedicate an entire room or den of this hobby to your office or whatever you have, or extra bedroom or whatever. So I've been doing that for the last, however many years, 10, 15 years. But basically, this is the reason this is the last time you're ever going to see this room in this complete of a state. And you can go back, there's already stuff that's been like moved out and corralled in, is I'm actually moving. I bought a new home. I'll be moving into it. I don't think there's anything fun in here. It's all cards. Actually, it's not all cards, but these are all, you see, like, this is what I'm talking about, like, collecting. Like, I hate having stuff in a box in a closet. There's like I can't even remember what's in all these boxes. These are all figures and deluxe figures and stuff like that. Like, cases that these aren't even sealed. It's just like, hey, I need somewhere to store these things, so I just threw them in there. But with all that, like, I'm kind of rethinking what I'm going to be doing in the future with my collection. So what I've come to the conclusion of, I don't think I'm going to get rid of almost anything. There's a couple little things where I'm like, I don't even like those. I don't know why I own them. Primarily coming to mind is the carbonized Black Series credit collection, I think they're called. I don't think I care about those figures at all. I might get rid of that line. That's really the only one that pops in my brain up front. But I've decided, and just to give you a quick idea of my collection, there's figures behind all those figures. Like, I'm complete on red, Shadows of the Empire, green, freeze frame, episode 1. I think I'm done with, I think I have everything in the first Saga collection, not the second Saga collection though. Episode 3 is almost done. There's a couple exclusives that I need. Episodes 7, 8, and 9 are all done. Rogue One's done. Solo's done. Vintage collection's nowhere near done. But there's a bunch of, like, kind of from maybe 2004 to 2015 vintage collection come re-release. There's a bunch of, or 17, whenever this came back. There's a bunch of things you'll see almost nothing representative, like, for example, Clone Wars, OTC, dozens of other ones that I can't think of, that they just weren't, you know, something when it was in my lapses of collecting. And I don't think I'm ever going to go back and get those. I don't have nostalgia for the figures. I'm just never going to do it. So what I am going to do going forward, and I kind of started this when they stopped doing 3 3/4 inch 5 POA or movie based ones. From now on is just vintage collection and Black Series, and I'm going to do my vintage, actual like AFA vintage run like I showed you over there. That's obviously in the infancy of its collection. But then even then it's really tough. It's like, how many times do I need to own this Han Solo? Because it is in a black and blue box. It's in this 40th anniversary box. I think it's in the archive collection. It's most definitely on the red card. It's boxed up already. 50th anniversary Lucasfilm card. It's like 4 times for that one figure. And I have what I'm gonna call collecting OCD, where it's like, I can't, like with the murals. This is ingenious, by the way, because now I have to buy everything in these boxes. Thanks, Hasbro. And same thing with the numbers. Like, I can't just be missing number 17. My OCD will go insane. So, like, that's frustrating. I don't know what I'm gonna do with exclusives and stuff going forward. We'll see. But stuff like the Thrawn set, like, do I need 3 Thrawns? I have the deluxe one, the regular release, and then the archive series, probably, maybe, or I need to get it. But it's like figuring out what I'm gonna do with that. Maybe I stop collecting art. Hey, there we go. That's a smart idea. Oh, but there, see? And then here's my problem. Stop collecting archives, because, you know, they're just reissues of figures. So it's like, if I stop collecting, I don't get this, and this is a bad example because I don't even know if I have the first version of this, but you get the photoreal update, so it's technically not the same figure. It's a better version. So then do I just have the archive edition and not have the original one? I don't know. I mean, it's really, yes, it is definitely a financial component to it as well, because, like, how many tens of thousands more dollars do I want to put into collecting? But it's also a space thing, which is kind of where I'm at right now. Now my new room that's going to be dedicated to my collection in my new home, I think that's going to actually give me more wall space for shelving. I hope. I think it is. I could actually, I have 2 rooms I could dedicate to it, but I'm trying to keep it into one room, which is like my office where my PC is and everything. And then also, there's other stuff I want to finish collecting, like vintage Jurassic Park. I'm really digging some old Turtles, old Ghostbuster stuff, just random things from my childhood that I really enjoy. I just like having. They're fun to find. But yeah, so with that, it's like, Oh, another collect. I guess technically, I'll see. This is why I don't like not having everything visible. I just like scanned in here and kind of saw retro collection. I like those too. I'll definitely keep with those going forward. But I need to clear out and get rid of everything that's doubles and triples of things, because that definitely happens because I am awful at keeping track of what I've pre-ordered. Sometimes I'll pre-order the same thing twice from different places. Sometimes I'll pre-order it when it's announced, and then somebody will be like, oh, it's restocked on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, well, sign me up for that. And then I'll pre-order it a second time that way. Or even I'll pre-order it, find it in a store, take it home, and then the pre-order will show up later. Kind of where I am with the collecting situation right now. Let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Like, hey, like what's your plans going forward? I know there's kind of a lot of different things to think about in this video, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you want videos of me packaging this all up, which is going to take forever. Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for watching this video. On the bottom left here, you can see I've got a room tour going on. Be sure to check that out. I usually update this twice a year. And on the right, you can see a sample of what my pickup videos look like if you haven't seen any of those yet. So please subscribe to see both of these videos. I try to do monthly pickups at a minimum and biannual room tour updates. But that is it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Thank you very much.